take it slowly. Have it hold me. Drowning in your caddy. You can be my big daddy. Hey, hey, hey. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Junior's World of Soul. I am back with a new video, y'all. It's Friday. Y'all know what time it is. It is Flashback Friday. And as you can hear, I came in with Heavy D's classic Big Daddy. Uncle Heavy just celebrated his birthday about 2 weeks ago. I was definitely showing him love, listening to a lot of his music, you know, posting things on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, just to show that Heavy D's legacy is so underrated and he deserves so much more love than what he gets. So, definitely happy birthday and RIP to Heavy D. So, with this Flashback Friday, I decided to pick a year for this Flashback Friday, and I decided to pick 1997. I decided to go 20 years ago this week. So the countdown is going to be June 9th, 1997. So I came in with Big Daddy because that was the number 12 song on the R&B charts, but it was like number 41 on the pop charts because it's been out for a while, so it started to really decline, but it was still getting that crossover love. He was still getting played on stations like Z100 back then and things like that. So I figured, why not go back to June 1997, go back to when I was 11 years old. No, I wasn't even 11 yet. I was 10 years old, about to turn 11. I was always listening to the radio. I was always listening to the new music, what was popping. So I felt like this would be a dope video to go back to June 1997 so y'all can see what Junior was doing, you know what I mean? So hopefully y'all ready to get your sing-along because you're going to be singing along to a lot of these joints. They're classics. Hopefully y'all got your red cup ready. Y'all see I came in with my red cup ready to go. So let's do this. Let's start it off because I'm going to give y'all the top seven R&B joints of that, you know, week on the charts. So let's get it started. Let's start at number 7, The Underrated Joe. This song actually came off the Booty Call soundtrack. And this song was so tough. It was produced by Rodney Jerkins. Now, I want to talk to y'all for a second. I want y'all to understand that Rodney Jerkins has been in this game for a while, but everybody seems to go to when he, you know, got with Brandy and they created the Never Say Never project. And, you know, Brandy even said on her Family Business show, she was like, you know, Rodney Jerkins was this unknown producer, and when he got with me and we created our chemistry and Never Say Never, and then he blew up. Well, that's not really true because Rodney Jerkins has produced people before Brandy. Now, maybe his breakout was her, but he produced Vanessa Williams. He did Gina Thompson. The things you do makes me keep running to you. He did that. He produced Mary. He or the Share My World album. So he was definitely getting known, but I guess his breakout was with Brandy. So, but anyway, I just wanted to give y'all a little thing about Rodney Jerkins because I hate that people say, oh, he only got really noticed off Never Say Never with Brandy, which was a huge album for them, but that's not the case. But anyway, back to Joe. Joe had this banger. Rodney Jerkins wrote it and he produced it, and it was on the Booty Call soundtrack, and this is the number 7 joint. Don't Want to Be a Player. And here we go. Let's start it off. Come on, Joe. Here we go. Come on. Be a player no more. I think I found someone I can live my life for. I'm yours, you're mine for sure. Woo! Little nice little smooth vibe. That junk is smooth, for real, for real. I like it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what's so crazy? Because now when everybody thinks about that song and they always think about that hook, we always think about this one. And y'all bugging if y'all don't agree, because I know I do. I'm like, every time that song comes on, I'm ready to sing this. Don't wanna be a player no more. Don't you know Big Pun and Joe still down below? Hey! Woo! So, you know, when I think about that song now, I think about that. But this song didn't come out until 1998. But, back to Joe, because I'm back to his song, because I'm so petty, because I play this. But, come on, like, when you think about Don't Want to Be a Player, everybody thinks about him and Pun's song, but his song was actually first. You know what I'm saying? And it was a hit. You know what I mean? So, this song was definitely, Don't Want to Be a Player was number 7 on the R&B charts, and it was number 21 on the pop charts. See, Joe was really singing and all that good stuff, and it still was able to cross over to the mainstream world. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, as I talked about for the past like 2 minutes, every time I hear Don't Wanna Be a Player No More, I'm not a player, I just fuck a lot. Like, now when I hear Joe's, it's so sad. Like, when Don't Be a Player, his version comes on, I jump right into him and Pun's version. But his joint was dope too. But that song and All the Things Your Man Won't Do was both on soundtracks. And hey, they ended up helping his second album, or what is it? Oh, I forgot what the second album is called. Drew a blank for a second, but it helped his second album go, because everybody think that with the, Don't Want to Be a Player and All the Things Your Man Won't Do and Love Sea was his first album, and it's not. It's actually his second album. His first album was Everything in 1993. And it was crazy because he came to my mom's campus in 94 and did a couple of his songs because he was part of the homecoming. But that's just another thing. But coming in at number 7 is Joe, Don't Want to Be a Player. Classic joint right there. Coming in at number 6 is a group that I just did a video about, maybe about a month ago. And that's Tony. And this joint is coming from their last album, House of Music. And you know what's so crazy? I was so happy when they finally came out with their second single off the album, because I'm sorry, maybe it's me or maybe I'm bugging, but I didn't like Let's Get Down. I thought it was corny. I thought the video was corny. I just thought everything about that song was corny. It did nothing for me. I used to watch when Planet Groove used to do their top 20 countdown with Red Child. When she did the top 20 on Friday, I used to hate that the song always went up. I'm like, finally when it was number 1, I was like, what does people get in this song? Like, it does nothing for me. I thought DJ Quick was corny. I just thought the whole thing was corny. So I was actually glad with this joint, because I was like, yes, Tony. This is what I want to hear. This is what I want to hear from Raphael, Dwayne. I want to hear this from y'all. I'm sorry. And so the number 6 joint on the charts was Thinking of You. And here we go. It goes a little something like this. Come on. I've been thinking of you. You've been thinking of me. Woo! Now that's smooth right there. Now that's what I would want to hear from Tony. That, come on, let's get down. Didn't do nothing for me. This joint was a banger. Like, this joint makes you want to get your red cup, put in some Crown and Coke, and just vibe out. Just vibe out to it. It's just so smooth. Just make you, I've been thinking of you. Oh, that joint is so smooth. But, this song was number 6 and still number 22 on the pop charts, y'all. Pop radio playing a soulful joint like this, and it was mainstream acceptable. Like, that was just dope to me. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna keep saying that throughout the video, because at the end I'm gonna put it all together. But just to have that, and it's just crazy. It's like, it seems like today, if somebody like Adele and Sam Smith get a song like this, oh, it goes number 1 on Billboard. But when you have somebody like, hey, even though he's annoying, but like Tyrese, or you have, you know, these guys really singing nice ballads like this, it goes nowhere. We know what that's about. But anyway, it's not fair. But back then in 1997, 20 years ago, pop radio was playing this. And it was getting love on mainstream radio. And we're talking about the Z100s and WKTUs for all my New York heads. Like, those joints were predominantly white stations, but songs like this was getting played on there. And that was just dope. You know what I mean? But you know what's crazy? When I listen to this song, and maybe it's me, I get like an Al Green type of flavor. Just me, you know, because Al Green was smooth like this. For me, I'm getting Here I Am, Baby, or I'm getting this vibe. Just from this song, I'm getting this vibe. And y'all can't tell me if you don't get this vibe too, but this Al Green song it made me think about it when I was writing for this video. And I was like, yo, yes it does, but just listen, y'all. Dum 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 dum. Woo! Don't you know that I'm still in love? Sure enough in love with you. Like, oh my God, just you like. I think maybe Raphael was going for that type of flavor because I can really see Al Green singing Thinking of You. I really, really could. But it's just soulful, yo. And y'all know I'm just so soulful. I'm going to take you back. I know we already back in 1997, but damn, I took y'all all the way back to 1974. But that's, y'all know how we do. I'm just soulful, and I just got that ear, and I felt like that. So I was just like, I'm going to play it for them, you know, and see if they got that flavor just like me. But anyway, number 6 on the R&B charts, June 9th, 1997, was Thinking of You by Tony. Now, coming in at number 5 is my favorite rappers and yours, the Notorious B.I.G. You know, 3 months before Big was murdered in L.A. So, you know, New York, we was still feeling it. So, all, you know, stations were doing tributes to him, and you know, people were still talking about him. You know, they was doing specials on BET, you know, even MTV. It was just like Big cross all, you know, obviously genres and barriers and all that good stuff. So, you know, his music was just getting played. Life After Death was just released maybe, about 3 months ago. So it was just, you know, Big all over the place. And you know, and this song was just getting played everywhere. So this had to be on the countdown. So coming in at number 5, here we go. A classic that when you play, everybody go crazy when they hear it. And here we go. Come on. This is song I wrote, and you're so cat. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. And you're so okay. So let me keep it real with y'all. Let me keep it straight real. Y'all know how we have a connection and all that good stuff, and you know I'll be real across the videos for y'all, for real. But I wasn't a fan of this song when I first heard it. When I first heard it, I actually hated it. Like, it did nothing for me. I just wasn't a fan of it. I saw what Big and Puff was doing, putting him more in the mainstream, but it really did nothing for me. I was like, this song was whack. And y'all know when I actually started liking this song, it's kind of sad, but it's the truth. You know, during Biggie's funeral, they rolled him through Bed-Stuy, and they had it on BET, MTV, all that. They had, you know, his funeral, and they ride his casket through Bed-Stuy. And then somebody put on Hypnotize, and the crowd went completely nuts. And that right there for me just showed the impact that Big had. Like, he had such a huge impact. So now when I think about this song, I just be like, you know what? he has such a big impact, and this song just proved it. You know what I mean? And for me, that's what I think about this song. But before then, it really did nothing for me. Like, when my pops first got Life After Death, and we was playing it, and it got to this song, I was just like, nah, I'm good. Can we go to Kick in the Door? Like, it just, for me, this song just didn't do it. But you know, now when I hear it, even though I know the words, which is crazy, it's just, for me now, it's like, this song just shows me the impact that Big had on this music industry, really. So, this countdown, it was number 5 on the R&B charts, but it was number 4 on the pop charts. Come on, yo, like, Big was, and this song ended up going to number 1, but it was number 4 on the pop charts, yo. This is crazy. You know what I mean? But all love to B.I.G., R.I.P. to him. You will always be missed. And hey, my favorite rapper is from the BK, so it is what it is, y'all. So, like I said, number 5, Hypnotize. Now, coming in at number 4 on the charts is a classic that was a classic. Seemed like when it came out 20 years ago, and you can play this joint 20 years later, and it still gets the same reaction. Using one of my favorite songs of all time, Games by Chucky Booker. It used a sample. I don't know which more to say about it, but to play Mark Morrison, and if y'all don't know who that is, he only had one big song, so if you don't know what the song is, I don't know what to tell you, but here we go. It goes a little something like this. You know that I'll be back. Return up the back. Return up the back. Return up the back. You know that I'll be where I go. Yo, classic joint. That joint just gets you rocking. You gotta like dance to it. And this song is definitely a classic because it has crossed all genres, ages. Everybody know it. Now, if you don't know it, you can't be trusted. I can't trust you for real, for real. And you know what's so crazy about this song? When I first heard this song, to be honest with y'all, I remember when me and Mom was driving in the car and they played this song, and it was starting to really catch on. A lot of people was, you know, hearing it. And I think it was actually not first time. It might have been the second time, because after then, I was like, yo, Mom, ain't that the sample of Chucky Booker Games? And my mom was like, okay, my baby getting like me. He getting the air like me. And she was like, okay, I see, but you will never be better than me. That's what she said in 1997. We're 20 years later. What about now, Mom? Oh, man, nah, I'm playing, because my mom, I still be asking her stuff now. But it's just crazy that when I first heard this, it was just like, yo, I hear Games, like, my ears started really starting to hear samples, because let me tell y'all, I say it all the time, I used to admire my mom, because my mom used to be a G when it came to these samples. Like, anytime she heard it, she'd be like, that's that, this is the artist, this is the da-da-da-da. Now, you know, Mom slowed down a little bit, because she like, whatever. But it's like now when she hears the song, she be like, oh yeah, that's a sample of something, but I can't tell you it right now. I got to think about it. You know what I mean? So I was trying to get like her. So that part just made me like, ooh, I'm getting closer like what my mom do. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. But since we're talking about Games, why not play it? I mean, hello, he used the sample. And Chucky Booker got some good bread for that song, because that song was a huge hit for him. And then Return to the Mat was a huge hit. So, why not? This song just goes in. And it goes a little something like this. I'm going to sing along to it because I love this joint. Here we go. Why you wanna play on me? Why you wanna play games on me? Why you wanna play? Why you wanna play games on me? Now let me tell y'all a funny story about this joint. Now, if you play this song and it plays in the car and we chilling and we driving and it comes on and we at a stoplight, I will get out and dance. Just ask one of my good best friends, Shelly. Like, yo, and it's crazy because this was during college. We was in college, and we was going to the liquor store. Hey, don't judge us. You don't know our story. But we was headed to the liquor store, and y'all, this song came on, and I just started screaming, right? I was like, oh, shit. And then we was at a stoplight. I lied to y'all not. I got out, and I just started grooving at the stoplight. I didn't care who was looking at me. Get the things I have. Woo. I was just rocking, and Shelly was just looking at me like, what are you doing? But then she was like, screw it. And the light lasted a good while because it actually got me to the chorus. And I was like, why you want to play on me? Why do you want to play games on me? Why you want to play? Why do you want to play games on me? Woo! Love that record, man. And obviously, Mark Morrison loved the joint too because Returning to Mac definitely used that sample. It was tough. It was dope. Dope classic record. But the song was number 4 on the R&B charts, but it was number 2 on the pop charts. That's crazy. A song like that, Returning to Mac, actually was number 2 on the pop charts. It was a basically an R&B type of dance record, but it was still getting that mainstream love. Like, it's just crazy to me, and it just shows how real R&B was just getting so much love on mainstream. It's just crazy. Well, coming in at number 3 on the R&B charts 20 years ago is from them boys from the Bad Boy Camp, 112. Now, they released their album about 7 months before, so they coming off like 3 dope singles. The Only You remix, and Come See Me with Mr. Cheeks. So, you know, by now, even though Come See Me was like, it was smooth, but it was like we needed a ballad from these dudes. You know what I'm saying? And they gave us their signature ballad, and it was the number 3 song during this week 20 years ago. And it goes a little something like this. Hopefully y'all ready to sing along. Let's go. Here we go. True love, wanna keep it alive, 'cause you won't unless you give it a try. Woo! If I ask you to trust me, yo, this song actually, I got a story with this one. This song, for real, y'all, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. This song used to get on my damn nerves because they used to play it like hell. And all the junior high school girls used to be like, Cupid, da-da-da. And they used to be like, oh, walking down the halls, everybody singing this song. Everybody singing this song. I'm like, because the song came out just before school was out. So it was like, they all singing it, and it just started to get on my damn nerves, y'all. I was like, oh, like, why I gotta hear? You hear it on the radio, you see it on the videos, you see, it was just like getting on my nerves. But I must say, even though I got tired of it, at this part, they would sing along, because sometimes they'd be outside and for lunch singing it, and they would get to this part, and I'll be like, yo, this song is getting on my last nerve, but I would come in with them on this. Never gonna go. Whoa. No. Whoa. Hey. And then I'll be like, y'all getting on my nerves. This song makes me sick. But I made sure I got to that song, that part, and sung it with them. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, at the end of the day, this joint is a classic, and rightfully so that this joint was number 3 on the R&B charts, and it was actually number 16 on the pop charts. Again, a strict R&B song. These brothers were just singing, the harmony, all that good stuff, and it was still pop friendly. Crazy, right? Wish we had that now, but again, I'm gonna get into that at the end of the video. But yeah, but did you know what's so crazy about this song too? That this song only peaked at 13. Like, I don't understand on the pop charts. It was all over the place. Everybody was playing it. It was getting played on, you know, mainstream radio. It was getting played on R&B radio. It was getting played on the hip-hop stations. It was getting played on all that. And it was like, I thought the song would at least get top 5, but it got top 13. I mean, you know, it was number 13 in Pete. So, you know, it is what it is. But that joint is a classic. Even though, like I said, it got on my nerves. But definitely a classic. When I went to the Bad Boy concert in 112 singing, it was like we was in the Prudential Center and everybody was singing. That's when you know you got a classic. When everybody is singing the song for real. So, again, Cupid, number 3. Now, coming in at number 2 is a dude that my brother Desmond would play all the time. All the time, y'all. All the time. It would be like, oh, why is he playing this song? But wait a minute. Today is my brother's birthday. Wow, that's crazy. And I'm doing a video and I'm talking about it. Wow, R.I.P. to my brother. Happy birthday to you, Desmond. You know I miss you. I miss you every day. I wish sometime I could talk to you, but I know I can. So R.I.P. to you. Tell my pops and granddaddy I said what's up. But Desmond, again, used to play this song out. And it was like, finally, when I saw the video, I was like, yo, this dude looks soft. Like, I was like, oh, like he looked soft. I was just like, oh, like this is what he looks like. And I'm like, he just looked too soft for me. And I'm like, especially with a name like Rome, I'm like maybe Jerome or something, add a little bit more edge, but Rome, and then he's singing these corny songs. I was just like, oh, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it is, I have to admit, it is, even though you might have think it's corny, but it is a smooth, slow jam type of joint. And it was number 2 on the R&B charts during this time, so obviously everybody was loving it. And it goes a little something like this. Here we go. And every time I think about your love, it drives me crazy. Now, y'all probably like, yo, you call the song corny, but you sitting there knowing all the words. Desmond used to play it a lot, so him playing a lot makes me know the words, you know what I'm saying? So it was what it was. But this dude seemed like, to me, the songs he used to be singing, like he took begging to the level that Keith Sweat ain't hit. It was like this dude was just begging in this song, and I'm like, it was just enough for me. But he had kind of a better voice than Keith Sweat. Shade, but no shade. But I must say, you can put this on a slow jazz mixtape, like my brother Bezo said, and it will definitely get the party started for real. I can't even front. And dude looked soft and all that good stuff, but he definitely had a banger nevertheless. I mean, when you hear that song, I think everybody do know the words and everybody do remember it. You know what I mean? But this song was number 2 on the R&B chart, but it was number 6 on the pop chart. Again, a strictly slow jam R&B song, number 6 on the pop charts. Crazy. Real R&B crossing over the mainstream. Yet again. But, hey. Come on. yo, singing to them girls, I tell you. But we are at our number 1 song. The number 1 R&B song this week, 20 years ago, was coming from Change of Faces. I remember when my mother got this song, I swear to God, I knew it was going to be really, really a big hit. My mom and dad liked it. Now, that's one thing. My mom and dad liking the same thing was, so it was kind of hard because, you know, my pops is a big hip-hop head and my mother is a soulful, she's a soul head. That's just her. You know what I mean? So it was crazy that they both liked this song, but hey, when a song is good, it's good. And I just remember my mom buying this the same day that my pops brought Life After Death. When he brought that, and I remember we got in the car, my mom said, Lamont, I am playing this song before you play Life After Death. And I was in the back seat like, ooh, well, what's going to happen? Who's going to get the first in the cassette player? Who? And my pops was like, all right, Irvine, go ahead, play your song. And after a couple of times, because, you know, it was a single. My mom brought the single. After a couple of times, we was all singing it. We was all singing in the whip. Including my pops. We was all singing it. And the joint goes a little something like this. Here we go. I can do better by myself. Yeah, it's obvious that things have changed within a year. Just give me half of the rent and get out of here. No more talking, save your life for somebody else. Keep on walking, cause I can't do better by myself. Come on, yo. You can't tell me you don't feel that joint. That joint is a bang, I'm telling you, yo. And I wish during this time that we had like our iPhones and Samsungs so I could be able to record my pops just vibing and singing to this record. Like, that's how much of a banger it was. And then y'all know at the part where she said, you know, all my ladies said, whoa, whoa. This was us in the car. Whoa, whoa, yeah. Whoa, now home alone while you're out with somebody else. No more staring at the phone, cause I can do better by myself. Yo, R. Kelly gave them a smash, yo. He wrote it, produced the joint. He and Changing Faces had chemistry for real. They definitely did. He did Fooling Around. He did Stroke You Up. And then he did this, like, he gave Changing Faces some bangers. And this joint is definitely a classic. It was number 1 on the R&B charts, but number 8 on the pop charts. One of the biggest R&B songs of 1997. Again, an R&B, a real R&B soul record, getting so much love on pop radio that it was number 8. You know what I'm saying? And the song never gets old. That's why you can understand that the joint was a number 1 smash. You know, I even seen them on doing it live, and it's on YouTube. And they was at a hip hop like concert, and they put them in. And you even had the fellas singing the song. Like, you just can't deny good music, for real, for real. And that's why the song was one of the biggest songs of the year. But during this week, 20 years ago, this song was number 1 on the R&B chart. So, that's your top 7 joints, y'all. 20 years ago from today. Number 7 was Joe, Don't Be a Player. Number 6 was Thinking of You from Tony. 5 was Notorious B.I.G. with Hypnotized. Number 4 was Return of the Mac by Mark. I never say his name right. Mark Morrison. Number 3 is Cupid by 112. Number 2 was Wrong Where I Belong to You. And number 1 was Changing Faces, Get O-U-T. Now that I'm taking you back. And we were grooving to all the good memories and, you know, singing together. Because I know y'all was singing while I was, you know, playing some of these songs. And it took you back, for real, for real. But I just wanted y'all to understand that this is when real R&B was mainstream. These songs were top R&B songs. Top 7 R&B songs were in the top 20 mainstream. Mind you, these are slow. A lot of them were slow songs. Real soul-based records, and they were getting mainstream love. And mind you, just to think where we are with mainstream now, it's all about, if you R&B, you got to have auto-tune, you got to make sure you dance, you got to have something with it for them to really play it on mainstream radio. And that's crazy. And mind you, this is the summer, y'all. People are blasting slow records. People are blasting Get O-U-T, I Belong to You, Cupid. This is summer, and people are blasting these out their radios, and mainstream radio is all over it. But we don't get that anymore. We just get straight up joints that all sound the same. Yes, even though a lot of these songs were ballads or mid-tempos, they all had a different type of sound. 112 didn't sound like Changing Faces. Mark didn't sound like Joe. or, you know, Tony didn't sound like, you know, anything that came out of the Bad Boy camp. Everybody had a different sound, and it was inspiring, and it was still considered mainstream. And I want us to get back to that, and that's why I do my daily current R&B bangers, because I want everybody to know when it was, you know, there was a time when real R&B singing was considered mainstream, and now it's not anymore. It's like you don't even have to have a voice and have a good dance, and long as you can move to it, you got mainstream radio play and the spins. And I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair at all, and it's not right. And I'm like, you know, this to do R&B music, you gotta have a talent, and then you gotta have some type of voice. And the people that they have that's representing R&B today, please. But, you know, for all that being said, I just wanted y'all to go back 20 years ago and just feel like it felt good. Like these songs felt good. You wanted to sing along to it. You didn't have to, you know, figure out the dance to it. You could just vibe to it. Swing your arm from side to side. Hold your cup. Just vibing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I want mainstream to get back to. We can all have fun, but let's have some balance. And that's all I'm saying. As y'all can see, this countdown was balanced. You had Joe that was a mid-tempo. You had, you know, Mark Morrison that was a fast ballad. You had a fast joint. You had Biggie that was definitely hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? But then you had a lot of ballads, and these were top 10 records and top 20 records on pop radio. Feels good. Felt good, and I want us to get back to that. But y'all know I go on my rants at the end of the video, but I just had to say how I felt for real. And since we're in 1997, and I just copped my Mary J. Blige Share My World vinyl, I figured, why not go out on this song? This song was released May 6, 1997, and eventually it reached number 2 on the R&B charts, and I know I was probably playing it because Mary had just came out, about 2 months ago with the Share My World album, so we were still rocking to this joint, but I said, why not end on this one? And we gonna go out like this. Here we go. I can love you better than she can. Hey, I can love you. I can love you. I can love you better than she can. Hold your head up, Mary. We love you, girl. I'm out. Peace.